Hi there, it's Nick Dutch here, relaxing after a jolly fine lunch. Cooked in a new cooking device I've got. It's a slow cooker, which is absolutely fantastic. The reason I got it is I bought a cheap like £5 electric kettle from this shop. And it was made with love in the People's Republic of China, so it turns out. And it stank, and the water in it tasted of all of the chemicals used in the factories where they make things with love in the People's Republic of China. To the extent whereby, after 20 boils, it still was basically toxic, slimy, horrid, smelly, toxic crap. So I sent it back, and the company very kindly gave me a gift token as a sweetener, and I spent it on a slow cooker, which is absolutely tremendous. So that's the kind of like consumer durable shopping I like to do. Go into a shop, walk out with something having paid absolutely nothing, and to be able to do so legally. That's my kind of shopping. Right, okay, let's get on with the question of today. A little while ago I did a Ouija board seance in which I attempted to make some kind of communication with Michael Jackson, and there was some kind of statement in the video, I can't remember precisely, that it's impossible to say on the strength of a Ouija board seance whether someone is alive or dead. And I've had an inquiry about this by someone who says, well, basically if they've come out in a Ouija board seance, basically surely aren't they dead? How do you know that they are dead or they're not dead, and how can a living person affect the outcome of a Ouija board? Well, when I was reading through The Projection of the Astral Body by Sylvan Muldoon and Harewood Carrington, great book, strongly recommend it. I earn no money from that whatsoever. I'm just recommending it to you because it's a very, very good read, and probably one of the most scientific work on astral projection you'll probably lay your hands upon. There was mention of a French work called Fantôme de Vivant, I think, and that was referring to the ghosts of the living, suggesting that apparitions can appear of people who are alive, but often when that person is in basically a deep sleep. And there was lots of anecdotal cases in that particular book, so it would make some sense that if there is some kind of astral projection phenomena, the spirit leaves the body in the dead of the night, that there is the opportunity to have communication with that individual when they are asleep, or when they're in a coma, or something like that. It's still hypothetical, of course, but essentially I've had some personal experiences which would corroborate to a certain degree that hypothetical stance. So essentially, is there a possibility of there being some kind of telepathic communication between yourself and somebody else in an occult type setting? Basically, yeah, hypothetically that is the case. And in fact, I think it was in the writings of Phil Hine, it was either Phil Hine or Peter J. Carroll, there were various different chaos magic operations for the purposes of invoking into a circle area the spirits of a living person. So there's lots of different occult traditions associated with this. There's lots of beliefs associated with this as well. And some personal experiences would corroborate the idea rather than the fact that some form of telepathy in an altered state of consciousness can occur, but essentially it is not necessarily the most reliable phenomenon on the face of the planet, but some dramatic synchronicities or similarities can appear from time to time. So that's the argument for we cannot tell whether someone is alive or dead on the strength of a Ouija board seance.